I'm sorry about that connection loss. Let's go ahead and wait just a minute so everyone can hop back on. We are under a metal roof, so of course that metal roof is going to mess with the connection a little. Hi everyone, welcome back. So if you are just joining us, we are learning about peacocks today. They are actually called peafowls, with the male being the peacock, and then the female being the peahen. And then of course when we do have the babies, those are called peachicks. And then a family of the peafowls is called a bevy. So if you weren't here for that, a group of them is called a bevy. And then the male peachicks, they don't start growing their large trains until about age 3. So we do have, I believe, 2 or 3 babies in here that are just now either growing their color or growing their feathers. All right, so right where we left off, welcome back if you're just joining us. Sorry about the connection. So peacocks can fly despite those large trains. So the trains that they have can get anywhere up to about 6 feet. And it can take anywhere between 50 and 60% of their body, which is amazing that they can balance that much and still fly. All right, so right where we left off, right in front of us, we do have, hey Brielle, Braden, and Rachel, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us these past couple of weeks. So right in front of us, we do have the all-white peafowl. So this peafowl is not an albino. It is simply due to a genetic mutation. So thanks to the selective breeding, it's common for captive peafowls to buck the iridescent trend. So it's actually called leucism, 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 and it's due to the genetic mutation that causes a loss of pigmentation. So when they're born, they simply just do not have any color, and they lost that pigmentation. And they do not have those red eyes. So they retain their normal eye color, although they are all white. So that's what makes them not albino. And it's just due to that genetic mutation. And peacocks go all the way back to even the medieval times, when they were actually a delicacy in the medieval times. They would actually eat peacocks. And they would preserve the body after they would use the meat. Very interesting. They would stuff the bird back together like it never happened. And then they would use it as a centerpiece. Now let's talk about those long trains. So those long trains are going to be the males. So they use those trains when they mate. So when peacocks mate with the peahens, they give out a loud copulatory call. And so basically, sometimes they can fake it. So if you see them in the petting farm and there's nobody around and their feathers from their tail are up in the air and they're shaking and rattling, they may just be trying to attract the female, letting her know that, hey, there might be another female in front of me, come check this out. And so that's when the female goes over and sees no one's in front of him, and he's just giving out that fake call. But of course, she is still interested in him. In fact, researchers show that 1/3 of the calls heard were fake. And that the birds that did that fake call had the most females around. And if you do notice that beautiful coloring on the back of their feathers, it's actually covered in tiny crystal-like structures. So that's what makes the peacock's feathers so brilliant and bright. They have microscopic crystal-like structures that reflect the different wavelengths of light depending on how they're spaced out on that tail. Hey, Caitlin. Thanks for watching from Ohio. So that's what results in that bright fluorescent colors. And then also hummingbirds and shiny butterflies kind of have that same crystal-like on their tails. And then last but not least, so if you do look on their head, that is called a peacock's crest, and it acts as a sensor for mating. A female peacock has special sensors in her crest that allow her to feel the vibrations of the mate who may be located far away. So they use those little crests up there whenever they hear those vibrations of the tail. The feathers are tuned to vibrate at the exact same frequencies at which a displaying peacock rattles his tail. Whenever the male peacock fans his tail, he shakes it at a rate of 26 times a second. Hey Hudson, thanks for watching. I saw you enjoyed Gigi yesterday. So whenever you hear that peacock rattling its tail, it's about 26 times a second, which is super fast. Thank you so much for joining us for the 11 a.m. Facebook Live partying with the peacocks today. As you can see, we do have males and females in here. We also do have the all-white, not albino peacocks. And then all the call ducks coming to enjoy it also. Don't forget about Bedtime Stories with Conrad at 8 p.m. tonight. And we're also gonna have a special live stream a little later this afternoon with all of the baby goats. So make sure to click on that bell button for your notifications so you are the first to know whenever we go live. I hope everyone has an awesome rest of your Friday afternoon, and we'll see you a little later.